On these teams, Clark, what are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, Kevin, you know, when you've got experienced players on the court, then you typically have a composed team. And that means that you won't see either team really get rattled. And I think because both teams have great experience, we're going to have a hard-fought, competitive matchup where neither team really is flustered at all.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. And they have their big three all out there. Westbrook at the point with LeBron and Davis at the forward. Jordan is out there with Avery Bradley.
You know, very few players have the license from three-point range that Harden has, and his license has no expiration date on it.
Now here's James, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. Really left alone that time.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Davis against Harden. Westbrook with the steal. Shoot from 12. No good off the front iron. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Kicks it out to Harden. With the crossover, pass to Mills. It's tipped. It's stolen by Bradley. Wants to get it to Westbrook and does. Count that one. Westbrook's got 5 now.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here is Harden. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Durant kicks to Mills. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The Lakers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeAndre Bembry. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Here's LeBron. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on James Harden.
And, you know, this guy simply does not age. LeBron remains a dominant force in this league despite being in the league since 2003.
And so he hits both. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Harden scanning the floor. It's stolen by Davis. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Westbrook. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Westbrook's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Lakers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And here's the Lakers. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. And the shot goes in.
Off a hot feed right there, LeBron, automatic.
And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for LeBron James.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Durant for 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
You know, as a distributor and dime dropper, Harden has really got a nice eye for how to get teammate shots. Does a really good job setting up a shooter.
Now here's LeBron, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. Jordan can't get it to go.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Harden kicks to Mills. Another 3.
You know, Mills has been a guy who's been very streaky as a perimeter shooter, but he's been good behind the arc his entire career.
And for a player with Blake Griffin's physical makeup, it was a big adjustment when he had to deal with injury issues. He's really had to reshape his body and his game.
Offensive rebound. And Griffin sends it back.
And how about the timing there. Griffin using that athleticism on the defensive end to block it.
A nice shot by LeBron. And one thing about Griffin and the injuries, Greg, that he went through, he did everything he could to get his body back to where it needed to be.
And he didn't care what it was, yoga, weights, conditioning, you name it, because he knows how important it is to be able to elevate. And Griffin needs to be explosive, and he'll work. Sure he is.
And here's Mills after Avery Bradley was able to get the triple. Shots good by Durant.
Right back at you. Durant motivated to put it right in his opponent's face. No better way to do it than with the three of his own.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. For the teams that are clearly rebuilding, Greg, should they simply play the young guns no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
I think there should be a combination, and as long as guys are pros and really approaching the game the right way, you want to give them an opportunity to grow, and also it gives you a chance to evaluate.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Griffin. Johnson comes in for Kevin Durant. Brown, he's checked in for DeAndre Bembry. And it's Carter in for Patty Mills. And the pass to Monk. Howard with the screen on Carter. Lets a floater go. Out to Anthony. Jacks up a three. Carter pulls it in. Nets trail by 4. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to talk with Frank Vogel for just a minute. He said that James Harden has the ability to win a game all by himself. Coach said there's no limit to how many points he can score. We have to try to make other people beat us and live with the results. So they'll try to do what they can to get the ball out of his hands. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Now, here's Brown. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Brown. And it's sent back by Howard.
And, you know, this is a definite strength of Howard's game. I think he's a rim protector of an elite level.
And it's Rondo in the corner. Pass to Monk. Launches it. Rebound, Brooklyn. Now Harden. Last game out, he had 14. Driving in. It's deflected. Here's Horton Tucker. He's covered by Brown. Deep 2 from Anthony. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. Lake.
Bang, your Brooklyn Nets.
Well, leadership definitely in LeBron James's job description.
Conflict, it just builds character.
You know, GA, that ability to hold your teammates accountable is important, isn't it?
Not only that, it's a hallmark of winning teams. Those open and honest lines of communication.
Russell Westbrook.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Taking a look at the Lakers. Anthony out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Reeves in at the 2. Now here's Durant. He's got 8. Now here is Harden. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. To take a look at the Nets. Off to a great start this season. Currently in second.
And right now for the Nets, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
It appears to me, though, that this group has all the ingredients for a special season.
And the Nets with possession here. Following the bucket by the Lakers. And Durant gets it to go.
Durant's shot is in the air before the defense even tracks the pass. I mean, he's 2 steps ahead of him. And that, folks, is a combination of awareness and speed.
And that one, good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Mills can't hit.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. First free throw is good.
You know, with that combination of strength and length, Davis can easily overwhelm defenders and get himself to the foul line.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. Harden against Westbrook. The three from Mills. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 5th assist in this one.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Now here's LeBron. 6 points for him. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. And right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Well, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Harden kicks to KD. Durant drawing the double team. Mills in the corner. And the Nets, another 3.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now. Boy, that time Russell Westbrook going for the spectacular with a little extra pizzazz.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Harden. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Outside, KD. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Harden. Drills it from outside. Harden's got 6.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D shows.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And Harden really looks like he's been having fun out there.
I would agree with that, Kevin. And he says he's the same way off the court, too. I don't know him off the court, but he says he loves meeting new people. I don't have any trouble believing that. He enjoys engaging with kids. And certainly the bright tennis shoes are part of everybody's NBA attire now, but he wears it as an expression of his personality.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. James Johnson's checked in for Durant. Bruce Brown comes in for DeAndre Bembry. And it's Carter in for Patty Mills. Now here's Harden. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Releases. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Harden. Carter's got his first 2 points of the night.
Terrific ball movement. Harden with perfect timing on the pass. That's often overlooked when the pass gets there. He relishes his role as distributor.
Horton Tucker's shot is off.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Harden against Rondo. Outside Griffin. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. Lakers leading by 3. Here's Horton Tucker. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Harden against Rondo. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Paul Millsap is checked in for Blake Griffin. 1:16 left in the first half of the game. Harden the pass to Johnson. Over Howard. And it's sent back by Howard. Rondo against Harden. Feeds it to Jordan. On the wing, Monk. Rondo with a clean look. And another 3 for the Lakers.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
And here's Harden. Rajon Rondo getting it to go from deep. No coverage that time. Carter's got 5 points now this quarter.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
1 for 3, and another 3 for the Lakers.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
Passes to Brown. Johnson outside. And the Nets, another three.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Monk, the pass to Howard. Here's Horton Tucker. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Lakers ahead, leading by 5.
Thanks for... Love to see a guy own the paint the way I did, asserting himself, going right over the defense, through the defense, around the defense.
All right, now moving on to highlight 2 of the standout And that'll do it for the halftime show. Shaq, what grade do you give our show?
Earn.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
The post pair, Durant along with Griffin. Harden out there with Mills, and it's Bembry in at the 3 spot. So that's the Nets 5. Pass to KD. Harden inside the 3-point line. That one off the back iron and out.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Kicks to Mills. From outside, off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Down low. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Davis. Davis has got 3 assists tonight. And big men's roles have adjusted Clark in today's game. You take a young Clark Keller and put him in this style of play, what adjustments would he make?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin. I would love to play this up and down, wide open style of basketball. I'm just not sure if I'd be athletic enough to make it happen, but it is more of a face-up rather than post-up game. And maybe I could be part of a small ball lineup, creating havoc with big guys trying to guard me on the perimeter.
Here's Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
You rarely see big guys as fluid as Anthony Davis. He's so comfortable off the dribble.
Westbrook against Harden. To the inside, Durant shoots in deep. The pass to Bembry, just 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Davis. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. Wasted no time on that one. And now an 8-point Laker lead.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
KD's shot is good.
Methodical and productive from mid-range. Few players in the NBA shoot it like Kevin Durant.
Clark as good a scorer as ever. Durant just needs to stay healthy, right? Just to break all kinds of records.
I agree with that, Kevin. He is as lethal a scorer as we've seen. I mean, when you just talk about putting the ball in the basket, he's in the top 10 all time for my money.
The shot by LeBron, no good. And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the Nets. They trail by 6. The 3 from Harden. Tries to save it, and Brooklyn with another turnover here.
Second in opponent field goal percentage. 5th in assists. And they also show up in the top 5 in free throw shooting. That gives you some stability, particularly at the end of games.
When you go up against this team, it's always a long night because of the defense you talked about. They are relentless at that end. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Blake Griffin. Anthony sets the pick for Westbrook. He takes it in, and it's sent back by Aldridge. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Johnson, he's checked in for the Nets. Carter comes in for James Harden. Nets trail by 6. And here's Mills. 12 points for him. Aldridge finds Durant. And Davis sends it back.
No, sir. Don't bring that in here. AD having none of that. What an imposing figure he is defensively.
Anthony in the corner. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Tries from 16. No good. The Nets go the other way with it.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Durant in the corner. Aldridge trying to break free. That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Durant.
Well, that's par for Durant. I mean, that's what he gives you, the ability to score at all 3 levels.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Monk. The 3 from Anthony. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You take a look at Los Angeles. Solid start to the season so far, sitting in 6th place.
And I think for the Lakers, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
And Melo's jumper is pure. You feel like it's going in every time he gets a clean look at the rim.
Here's Mills, and Davis sends it back. And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. And Brooklyn making a change here. Brown's checked in. Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Lakers.
All right, fans. That was your Brooklyn Nets team.
1:30 left to play in the 3rd. The kick out to Brown. Fires the 3. Horton Tucker with the rebound. Lakers leading by 5. Mills with the steal. Outside, KD. Kicks it out to Johnson. And again, no good by Brooklyn. LA's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Here's Monk. Johnson with the defensive effort. Nets trail by 5. Up top, Mills. He's covered by Rondo. And Mills kicks to KD. He can't get that one to fall.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And Davis gets it to go.
Boy, AD's showing you how strong and willing to work he is, because that was a difficult bucket there.
Cranes the 3-pointer. KD's got 8 here in the quarter.
And he's on his way to putting up a big 3-point total.
And Davis, here we go. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the...
All right, who's coming onto the court? Come on.
Now let's take a look at our assist of the game, presented by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So with Davis sitting on the bench, this is who Frank Vogel is out there. Anthony is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Bradley. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's James, and finished off by LeBron.
Well, that's one man never afraid to punch it. Give LeBron a path to the bucket, and the finish is going to be something in a poster.
Harden kicks to Mills. Dish now to Griffin. Outside Millsap. 6 on the shot clock. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Westbrook passes to Carmelo. Howard dishes to LeBron. Screen by Howard. LeBron's shot is good. And it's a 10-point Laker lead.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
You can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
From deep Harden. That one no good. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Bradley finds Howard, and it's slammed in by Howard.
Howard determined to punish the rim and scare off defenders when he gets inside. Watch out now.
Harden draws the double. Pass to Mills. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. To the paint. Here's Howard. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Yep, Westbrook seems to have a sixth sense for those kinds of openings. Knows exactly where the gap is and finds his teammate perfect.
Harden with it. Now guarded by Brad. The three from Mills. Harden outside from downtown, and James pulls it down.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Outside Anthony. Here's the three. Hands it from downtown.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford.